So you guys all know I used to work at Waller Road. I did the night shift. I started off as a stalker, and then they moved me over to the maintenance department. And the maintenance department, they signed me up to do the wax team, and our job was to make sure that our floors was nice and clean. But it was fun times working nights because I got to meet this really awesome guy named Steve. Steve was a really cool guy. He's awesome dude who came from China. He talked about how majestic and beautiful that place was. And he always talked about how he hated working in the rice fields so much that he got himself an education here in the States. He got himself that visa, the college life, and Steve was awesome. I mean, he was always there on time. Customers were his dedication. And he really loved California. California was the place to be because it had so many sights. We even had tacos. He talked about having his first taco and the amusement parks and the pizza. He loved Hollywood so much that he loved everything about the stories, the filming. He loved all the awesome bookstores that we had here in California. And Steve was like the go-to guy. The guy who was employee of the month all the time, employee of the week. The managers loved him. The customers loved him because his care was like 100% customers before anybody else, and he would go and take care of every single customer in that department. And Steve was like the man to go to for anything electronic wise. And during the break time, he would just sit in the corner in the break room and work on his computer, catching up, watching DVDs. And one day Steve fell in love. He found his first American California girlfriend, and this guy was so happy. They would always fool around, run around in the electronics department, and it was perfect. I mean, this guy was happy, she was happy, everything was perfect for Steve. And then just one day, Steve was gone. Nobody knew where Steve was. I searched his spot in the ruined break room, and Steve wasn't there in his very corner. I even went through McDonald's and looked around, and for days and weeks I looked for Steve, and nobody knew where Steve was. Steve was like a mystery. I even searched outside this very spot where him and his girlfriend would hang out at. I even went to the spot in the electronics room, and no one knew where Steve was, and employees didn't know where Steve was. So I even went to go ask the homeless guy who was sleeping with the manager, and he hadn't seen Steve either. So I'm like, okay. So I even went to the auto garage that we have in Waller Road, and nobody there knew where Steve was either. No one saw Steve for weeks. I even asked Super Jose, the Mexican guy who stands outside in the corner of Waller Road looking for work, and Super Jose hasn't seen Steve either. And so then I realized we have that one person at our workplace who knows everything about everything and anything about anyone who works there and who's ever shopped there. And I'm pretty sure you guys know what I'm talking about because you guys have the same person whether at your school or workplace. And this person we call 411 because she knew everything. And she worked up front at the front desk, and she gave me the scoop of what actually happened to Steve. Steve's performance at school was really bad, and it was affecting his workplace, and he was asleep. So it came to the point where Waller Road wouldn't approve his work visa. So since he got his work visa not approved, the state denied his green card. And so being that he was escorted out by officers, they came in, they took him out during one of his work shifts, and they gave him the walk of shame, where they walk you around the store in front of everybody. You know, I'm gonna really miss Steve, man. Steve was a really nice guy. I can only imagine Steve in China right now. He's not a really happy guy. Hopefully everything's going well, but I'm knowing Steve, most likely he's probably back in the rice fields, very, very, very angry.
Fuck are you, Walmart? Fuck are you? Fuck are you? Because of you, you fucking made me Walmart. You fucking me!